CTI Group Worldwide Services USA, in cooperation with its global partners, is opening a central recruiting and processing office in Southeast Asia. CTI Group hires for the world's most refined cruise lines and resorts. We process over 17,000 crew and candidates a year. Join our team if the description fits you.
Are you a person who is excited to head to work each day and has the desire to succeed? Do you have a strong desire to grow within a company? Are you someone who likes a fast-paced environment? Possess the skills and computer knowledge to deliver on time. Thrive in an ever-learning and changing environment. Hold yourself and your team members accountable to complete a task on time.
Can you meet targets and deliver as promised? Be part of and promote a positive team environment. Meet and exceed crew and clients' expectations. If so, we are looking for you. Office managers and assistants. Recruiting professionals, all categories, flexible hours. Onboarding specialist, visa, medical, etc. Processing specialist, certifications, government regulations, etc. Accounting specialist, QuickBooks Online required, 3 years minimum. Social media manager, 3 years minimum with international experience. Fluent English communication is a requirement for all positions.
CTI Group is taking applications now, as we will soon be opening our newest office in Southeast Asia. Positions will be on-site and virtual also. Don't delay and apply today. www.cti-usa.com. Can you guess the new office name?
Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and it's a great day. Hello, Mr. Eduardo. Welcome to Town Hall.
Oh, welcome, Mr. Church. Good morning, good evening to all over the world, like all over the
Everywhere.
world.
It doesn't matter. Every corner of the earth.
Yes. So, good morning, good evening to you guys. So, you're welcome to our Town Hall.
There you go. Town Hall.
Town Hall. In Brazil, Town Hall, it means like a prefeitura, like a mayor, right? It's
Yeah. We have that in America. Town hall means a gathering of people who live in the town.
And okay. So, but anyhow, guys, as we always invite you guys to click on this button, subscribe to our channel. You know, we are going to get way close to 8,000 followers.
Don't you love it?
Yeah, I like that. And today, we have a lot of good things to share. But actually, it's going to be a nice talk with a rock star.
There you go. A true rock star joins us today.
So, yeah, I'm going to let you give the introduction.
A little intro? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's like to be a rock star?
Not really.
Well, the lady who joins us today has been a true rock star on a rock star ship.
Right. And if you guys would like to work for Virgin one day, maybe you have everything what it takes right now, but maybe you're building your career. We have lots of students that are watching us, right?
Right.
People from OTC, from Apollonia, people from all the schools as well. But you can prepare yourself and set yourself to success, you know, have a good foundation. And once you start to work, give a preferences for 5-star hotel, 5-star resorts.
There you go.
Because those are going to give you possibilities to fly extremely high. Virgin, Regent,
there you go.
Oceania. And today we are going to share, you know, the experience, the life on board experience from someone that work at Virgin.
Has all the inside information.
We have to watch, guys. We have to watch.
Absolutely. If you have never seen or been into the rock star environment, we put together a video. We want you to watch closely. You'll see all the excitement before we get to our special guest. Can you deliver rock star service?
I think you can.
All right, let's see it. To be a rock star?
I am a rock star.
Are you a rock star?
Yes.
Well, for those who are in the chat, you can see a lady called Cruising as Crew. This is who's going to be on our show today. So please say hello to Lucy. She's in our chat. Hey, Lucy. And Lucy is from the UK. What an amazing woman. You know, we had the pleasure of meeting Lucy when we went on Board Virgin Voyages, and she is the epitome of what a rock star crew member can be.
An amazing personality.
And she also has her own YouTube page, Cruising as Crew. So I highly suggest everyone who watches this to go there and subscribe to her page. We're going to put the link in the description below a little bit later. And follow Lucy. She will continually give you great information if you would like to work for Virgin. She's an insider.
And so on. I love that.
Talented as they come. So we had the pleasure of having a great conversation with Lucy this past week, and we recorded it, and we want to share with you guys today Lucy, and she's going to give us a lot of inside information on Scarlet Lady, and she's heading to Resilient Lady, I believe.
Violent Lady.
Valiant Lady. Valiant Lady, yes. And actually, I saw her video yesterday. She's going in 1 week from now.
And we will be there as well.
Yes, we have a big meeting coming up there. So everybody out there in the chats, say hello to Lucy in the chat. Say, hey, Lucy, glad to have you here. Thank you for your information. And Lucy, take it away. Gentlemen, boys and girls, I am so happy today that we have Lucy with us. Lucy is from the UK, and she has, hi Lucy, everybody say hi. and Lucy has her own podcast. She has well over 10,000. How many now, Lucy?
We've got 13,000, yes.
13,000 subscribers. Wow. We are so envious. We're trying to get there.
You'll get there.
Anyway, Lucy works for Virgin Voyages. She has worked on the Scarlet Lady first, and then going to the Valiant Lady. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Lucy, tell me, how did you get to Virgin Voyages? Because a lot of our crew want to know, how do I get there?
Yes, so I actually work for a company called Harding Retail, who put shop staff on board multiple cruise lines. So Royal Caribbean, P&O, Carnival, Holland America, MSC, all of that. And I was working on P&O in 2018, and then Harding Retail signed a contract with Virgin Voyages. So they let all of their employees know, including myself, that they had just signed that contract. And then whoever was interested could apply through Harding Retail to Virgin Voyages. And then we had to have an interview with Harding and with Virgin, because they're quite specific on the type of crew members that they want on board their ships. But yeah, that's how I got it.
Well, as you know, we do Virgin in Asia, right?
Yes.
And through Apollo Group. And, you know, myself, Eduardo, Marcos, a lot of the team went over to at the beginning, right before the pandemic. And if I look at the way Virgin, presented to the candidates, I mean, there was excitement, there was dancing, there was that the same with you guys?
Yeah. I mean, right from hearing about Virgin Voyages, it was so clear that it was going to be really exciting, really different for both sailors and crew members, and it's definitely lived up to expectation.
Perfect. Well, Eduardo's with us, of course. You've met Eduardo. Eduardo, question?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Lucy, to be here with us. It's a huge pleasure having you here. And of course, not only us, but all the crew members that is watching us right now, they are extremely curious about, how do you get to Virgin, and it's no understanding your process there. But also, can you give us a little walkthrough about the day-to-day as a crew member, getting to know different people from different countries because as we know that the process was extremely tough, and you see yourself working with people that as good as you, some people they have even more experience. So how that add value to your career, to your life? So can you kind of share with us a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I honestly think that's one of my favorite things about working on cruise ships. Is it's such an amazing environment. You have hundreds of people from all over the world, different religions, different backgrounds, different languages, and they're all thrust together in this small environment, and it's like, make it work. And it does. I mean, it just adds so much value, I think, because you learn something from someone every single day, you know, whether that's something about the job you're doing, whether it's a different point of view on any subject, another word in addition to you as a employee, but it also develops you as a person. It makes you a lot more open-minded. And I think because I've been working on cruise ships for so long, I don't sweat the small stuff anymore. And I do think a big part of that is because you meet all of these people who teach you so much. That's perfect. Yeah, it just really rounds you out as a human, I think. And as I said, as a good employee.
You know, I worked on cruise ships as well for 12 years. I worked for Holland America for many years. Yeah. So it is so great to meet people from around the world. I think it makes us appreciate the globe better, the people who live on this globe, right? We have a much more worldly view, and I think we gain a lot of tolerance, don't you?
Yeah, big time, definitely. And I think it's easy to, you know, look at people who live on the other side of the world to you and think, oh, you know, they're so different from us and we must want completely different things. And for me, one of the biggest revelations, it sounds really simple when I say it, but going on cruise ships and realizing that no matter where you're from, what background you come from, everyone just wants the same things. You know, everyone wants enough money to be comfortable, enough health to be happy. And, you know, that's it really. Everyone wants the same thing in that regard.
Well said. Well said. You know, one of the things that we get a lot of questions, and you know, we truly send thousands of crews to the ship, and a lot of questions we get. Well, what about the pandemic? Am I going to be okay? And now, directly from a crew member's point of view, what would you say to that person?
Yes, you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. I think it's safer on a cruise ship, in my opinion, than on land, because I mean, the sanitizing protocols, the cleanliness standards are so high, and there are so many protocols in place to stop the spread of COVID happening that, I mean, I never felt unsafe on there, put it that way. You know, everyone's wearing masks, everyone is trying to social distance as much as they can. And yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. And I would say, you know, going on cruise ships now is actually a really good time to do so, because I think if things carry on the way they're going, in terms of we're coming out of the pandemic, it's getting better and better. Right. Life on cruise ships is only going to get better and better. So, you know, joining now, you're going to be able to see that progression and how things become more lenient. And then when you do finally get to that stage where, you know, there is surely pretty much everywhere you go, and you don't have to wear masks and you don't have to socially distance, you're going to have so much more appreciation for that because you've started now. But yeah, the answer is you'll be completely fine.
And I think a lot of them are waiting to hear that. You know, they can look at an agency and say, oh, there's the agency. Yes, okay, we understand an agency, but let me hear it directly from a crew member. So thank you for that insight. Now, you talk about, I know that you've worked on other cruise ships, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So give me some comparisons.
Oh, some comparisons. Okay. Well, so I've worked on Royal Caribbean, I've worked on P&O UK, and as you know now, I work on Virgin Voyages. I think, I mean, every cruise line has their target audience, and I do think they do it really well. Like, if I had a young family, I would go on Royal Caribbean. If I was going on a cruise with my parents or my grandma, I would go on P&O. And, you know, if I wanted to go on a girls' holiday with my friends, I would go on Virgin Voyages. And I think all of those cruise lines do their job really, really well. In terms of being a crew member, I don't think I could work for any other cruise line now. I really do. I know.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I think especially with the rank I'm in, I now have my own cabin, whereas if I went onto another cruise line and did the same job that I do now, I would have to go back to sharing a cabin. And although, you know, sharing a cabin, I loved them and I had a great experience, with all my roommates, and I learned a lot. It would be hard to go back to sharing a cabin now.
I know that feeling, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, you know, Virgin Voyages, they offer free Wi-Fi, and they have 2 crew bars, which is, you know, considering the size of the ship, is great. And they have made more single occupancy cabins, which means more crew members will get the chance to be in a single cabin on their own, which is a real luxury. So yeah, I would really struggle to go to any other cruise line now, I think.
Okay, well, there's an advertisement for Virgin, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, no matter what cruise line you go on, you will have a fantastic time. I mean, I loved my time on both Royal Caribbean and P&O. But I just think I think it's the cabin that's the main thing. After having my own cabin, I don't think I can go.
I know, you know, you need that solitude, right? You need to be able to, we used to say when I worked on a ship, and I used to work with Holland America, and we would say the moment you step out of your cabin, spray on that smile, because everybody's looking for that smile, you know, and when you can just go back and just sit back in your cabin and just relax and do nothing. I mean, that's a world of value in itself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as you said, there are people everywhere. When you're walking along the I-95 to work, there's people. When you get to work, there's people. When you get off in port, there's people. So just to be able to shut the door at the end of the day and, you know, listen to your music or watch the telly or just do whatever you want to do is really valuable.
You know, as I say, well, of course, you on a ship and I was on a ship. I-95 here in Fort Lauderdale is the major freeway. It goes all the way from Florida all the way to New York. Now, you say the I-95. I know what it is. Tell our audience what it is.
So the I-95 is the main crew corridor that runs from one end of the ship to the other. It's usually on about deck 3 or 4. So, you know, if you've been on a cruise, the reason that you've never seen laundry carts going from one side to the other is because it's all taken along the I-95, which, as I said, is the main crew corridor. But it is different. So when I was on P&O, it's called the M1, and that's because the main motorway in the UK is the M1.
The M1, right?
Yeah, so it's usually named after a motorway.
Well, I'm surprised at Virgin it's not the M1, right? Being a British ship.
It's American. It's an American cruise line.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, Sir Richard Branson is just the figurehead, right?
The face. Yeah, exactly.
The face. Have you met him?
I have. Yeah, he's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
really
gives a great persona.
Yeah, so, very down to earth, very normal, not arrogant at all. Just a really lovely man. Yeah.
That is great. That is great. Okay, so we're talking about all the great things. Tell me, what would you change on Virgin if you could?
Oh, that's a really good question. What would I change? The duvet cover. The duvet.
Really?
Yes. So
let's take that to the highest, right?
So when obviously it's a new cruise line, when they ordered the duvet covers for the single beds, they ordered the exact same size as the mattress, which is great when the bed's made. But of course, a duvet cover is supposed to hang over slightly. So when you're under the bed, you're still covered. But yeah, you're not covered with the ones on Virgin. So take a blanket if you are going on Virgin.
I like that. All right. And the best thing has got to be Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi is free, the single cabins and the mess. The mess is brilliant. I mean, the mess on most ships is quantity over quality. There's always a lot of choice, but it's pretty average. Whereas the mess on Virgin is brilliant. I mean, the food isn't as good as in the sailor restaurants, but it's really good. It's the best food I've had in a mess.
That is great. You know, as long as you've got a good place to sleep and good food, right? Because it is a 7-day-a-week job for many people.
It is.
But in your position, you have some days off. Tell us about that.
I'm just on holiday, really. Yeah, because I work in the shops, everything in the shops is sold tax and duty free. And because of those, we have to stick to those laws, which means that we can only sell stuff when the ship is out at sea. So whenever the ship is in port, the shops have to be closed and we cannot sell anything. So unless we have a delivery, or we have to go in and like do replenishment or clean the shops, which isn't very often, then we get the whole day off. So if the ship, docks at 7 a.m. and we don't set sail till 6 p.m., then I would start work at 6 p.m., which means I have all that time to go off in port and explore, which is divine.
Now, I know some cruise lines are not, they don't let crew go ashore. Virgin does, correct?
It's not really the cruise line. It depends on where in the world you are.
The port itself, right?
Pardon?
The port itself basically makes the rule.
The port itself, yeah. So like when we were docked in Miami, we weren't allowed to get off in Miami a few times, but that wasn't Virgin. That was the rules in Miami. The same as when we got to New York, Virgin, just like many cruise lines, want to let their crew get off the ship, but the rules in New York is that you can't get off until you've done something ridiculous like 7 contracts with one cruise line.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of people try to get off in New York and stay there. So they're really so they're really strict on people getting off. So if you do go on a ship and you're going to New York, don't be thinking that you're going to get to see much of it, because they're pretty strict. Yeah, but no, it's never really the cruise line. It's always to do with the port and what rules they have in that country.
Okay. Well, Eduardo's our director of sourcing, and he was there with also with Marcos. We went to Thailand. We went to Bali, right? Jakarta. What would you ask her on behalf of the crew of interviewing a new crew?
If she was a crew?
Yeah. No, if she was interviewing the new crew, how would she interview a new crew? What do you think?
Like she's on the spot as a recruiter?
Yeah. Do you think you could be a recruiter?
Yeah, I'd give it a go.
I think she would be great.
Yeah. No, it's strange. Like you ask someone what they would ask, because a recruiter have to screen the candidate and see in which ways they can get more information about the person itself.
Okay, well, I have some questions for you. So when you are looking for a candidate, what is something that really stands out to you? Is it something in their personality? Is it experience? Is there something you look for in particular?
Right, good question. So first of all, because of the industry, we always look for a good communication, right? I think communication is the number one that can support the personality itself. In also the position, the department the person is going to work, it depends how much we are going to push more for communication or less. For example, for those people who work in a culinary department, if they are now working on a role like a CDP and above, where they have to take leadership and then guide others, we are not so tough. Doesn't mean that we don't want it, but we are not so tough in terms of communication, because they can progress and learn. But if the person work in front of the house, a food and beverage, they have to contact with the guests all the time, we are going to push as much as we can to see the best personality ever. Like, and it have to be this way. Not only for Virgin, but Virgin, like they kind of look for those skills more than others, but even for the cruise line as well.
Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, good answer. And then I'll just look at my questions.
Okay. So from me, like, as we are talking, it's good to hear from you, a perspective from the crew working on board. What make you decide to create a YouTube channel? Like before you start working on board, like there is no content out there. You say, oh my God, when I get it, what that make you decide to create your YouTube channel?
When I decided that I wanted to work on cruise ships in 2015, I applied for the job, and as most people do, I'm sure, you then start frantically Googling everything you
right.
Like, oh my God, what have I got into? What's it going to be like? And there just wasn't anything. I mean, in 2015, no one had a YouTube channel on it. There wasn't. There just was no information. So when I joined the cruise ship, I really had no idea what I was going into. And luckily I loved it, but it would have been nice to just, you know, just simple things like take coat hangers with you, or all the walls are magnetic, so take magnets and you can hang pictures up, and you're just little things like that.
Little things.
So that was it really. I mean, I just thought, well, there's a hole in the market, no one's doing it, so I'll give it a go.
Yeah, this is what I love about our YouTube channel. I've watched many of them, and she's very just straightforward. And what I like, it's just so natural. It's like, here I am, a young lady on a ship, and here are the things to be prepared for, and the good and the bad, which is great. You know, she says, I'm doing my laundry, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And people want to know that, right? People want to know, what does a normal person do on a ship, right?
Yeah,
the do's and don'ts, they're great.
What I like when I see some of your videos, it's because you are not bringing the negativity of the situation itself. And some people, they work on a cruise ship and they want to just point the bad things. And I think it's because of you're very positive, you have a really good soul, a good energy, and you kind of pass those things that on your videos, right? People can feel that. I think that's why Robert was seeing you could be a recruiter, because you have that personality that we kind of looking for when we are going to select the people to apply to work for.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoke to so many people, obviously, who work on cruise ships, and yeah, they're so negative about it, and they're so, oh, it's such long hours, and you're away from your family. It's so rubbish. I'm like, well, firstly, quit then. There's a lot of other jobs.
It's absolutely quit, right?
Yeah. And so some people, as you mentioned, like once you think about to apply, you say, oh, I have no content. I Google it, I didn't find anything, but at least you want to find something that go towards your mentality, like someone that say, hey, come, go, try, it's going to be good. But some people, they take the 7 days a week work as something, oh, it's going to be 7 days a week. You're not going to have time at all. And they bring the same information with negativity and make lots of people give up. Right?
But this is it. I mean, when I worked, so my first job on board was with Steiner as a spa therapist. And I'm sure you guys are aware that working in the spa, it really is 7 days a week.
Yes.
And you start work at 7:30 in the morning, and some nights you won't finish till 10 p.m. and then you repeat it the next day, whether it's a port day or a sea day. So if someone had said to me, you're going to be working 7:30 till 10, the food in the mess is going to be awful, you're going to be sharing a cabin, all of these things that happened, I'd be like, well,
that happened, but you only highlighted the challenge, let's put it this way.
The challenges, yeah, but the thing is, when you're on board, and when I was on board, yes, I had to deal with all of that, but I also made some of the best friends that I've ever made, who I'm still friends with to this day. And when I did get some time off, I was going scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef, and like all of these just insane things that, so yes, there are cons, just like there are in any job, but the pros are going to outweigh that like so much.
Oh, by far. Where can you be in a different country every other day, or even go around the world and not have to pay for it and get paid?
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing. I mean, people say like, oh, you're from the UK, you could probably earn more at home. I'm like, I could, if I work in a shop, if I worked in a shop at home, I'm sure that I would earn a couple of £100 more than I do now. But if I worked at home, I'd probably I would have a flat, so I'd be paying rent or for a mortgage. I'd have a car, so I'd be paying for that. I'd have to pay tax. So I'd actually probably earn less or save less, because being on a ship, I don't have to pay rent or a mortgage. I don't have a car. And because I'm out of the UK for more than 6 months a year, I'm exempt from tax. So although I'm earning a little bit less, I'm actually probably saving more than I would if I was working at home.
And you can't buy that experience.
No.
That's the thing. And you can't buy meeting all those people. I mean, truly, I was on the ship for 11 years, and I still have friends from around the world. And how many people, I came from Ohio, right, which is in the middle of the United States, right? How many people from Ohio are going to meet people from Russia, from China, from Venezuela? I mean, it just doesn't happen, right? And what a great opportunity.
Yeah. And I mean, going back to what you said about communication and that being, you know, what you look for. When I started cruise ships, I wasn't very confident. I'd only really spoken to people who are from the same town as me. So, you know, they've got the same outlook on life. We speak the same language. It's all very samey. So you go on the ship and, you know, you're living with someone from the Philippines and you're working with someone from China, or like you said, someone from Russia. And all of a sudden you have to learn to communicate with all of these people. And another thing is I'm quite sarcastic. Now, some people that you can't make sarcastic jokes because they just don't get it.
They don't get it.
Yeah, and they just think you're being really rude, and they're like, no, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm kidding.
She's being cheeky.
Yeah. So I think, you know, I love the fact that now I feel like I can speak to anyone from anywhere in the world, from any background, because I've been exposed to that. So I think even if you just do one contract on a cruise ship, you will come back a completely different person because you're growing confidence, your communication skills, you know, will be through the roof. And I think, you know, communication is like anything else. You've got to practice to be good at it.
Correct. That's why we don't mention like, oh, you have to speak English, because many people, they can speak English, but they don't have a good communication. When it comes to a time to express themselves, talk to the guests, understanding, it's different. It's hard for them because, as you mentioned, they don't practice. They don't have that daily, you know. It's,
you know, the other day you did a on how to pass an interview with a cruise line, and it was truly amazing. And you know, on our CTI website, we have what we call Go Video, right, which gives them the opportunity to do a video resume. So, can you give our audience some pointers on that?
Oh, well, I think you're.
Well, I'll send them to your video for sure.
Because you're the recruiters. So, well, yeah, I mean, I'll give some pointers and you can just tell me if they're right or not. But I mean, the biggest thing is I would just try and get your personality across as much as you can. I mean, I know that you're going to be really nervous before an interview. But yeah, just try and get your personality across. And oh my God, my mind's gone blank. I can't remember.
This is part of the interview as well. Like you can act that way.
Spontaneous.
Some people, they believe they have to be exactly perfect, and that's when they fail. But you have to, oh my God, I'm kind of, and actually recruiters, they like that because they see that you're being honest, you know, spontaneous. Like this is important.
You're being natural.
Yeah.
Right? Because right now what we do is every cruise line is requiring a video, right? So through our video system, as I said, called Go Video, this gives them a chance to look at themselves, to practice, because, and again, I'll go back to your video, you know, make sure the lighting's right, make sure that you're got your makeup or you're dressing and this, is that right? And because if they hear it from you, rather than, oh, that's the recruiter telling me, now they're hearing it from an actual crew member.
No, absolutely. I mean, a girl sent me, she did a video interview and she said, oh, do you mind if I send it to you and you can just, you know, have a look at it? Like, yeah, that's fine. So she sent it over. I was like, it's bloody awful. Like you can't see.
We see so many of those.
because I mean, the lighting wasn't on her properly, so you couldn't see her. She was quite clearly wearing a hoodie. I was like, well, you wouldn't wear that if you were going to an interview in person. And it's just about the little things. Like if you don't have lights, that's fine. Just sit in front of a window.
Hey, we're back. Looks like we had a little mishap in the interview there. We'll be sure and work on that technically and get back to you. But anyway, Lucy, I just want to thank you so much, and we're going to get the rest of that interview. We'll probably do that on the next show. We seem to have a little glitch. I'm not quite sure what's happening there. But guys, Lucy is just an amazing person. When we went on board the Virgin Voyages and we first met her, and by the way, she picked out a gift for my sister. Come on in, Eduardo. And anyway, she picked out a gift for my sister, which I do have to give to my sister, and I want to thank her for that. We've also got some Virgin Voyages positions that are available. So let's run to that. I believe we have a controller position. And let's And back to me. We need a controller for Virgin Voyages. I believe we do have that, Harold. Excuse us as we scramble here a little bit. We apologize. Go right ahead.
For more information and how to apply, please visit our website at www.cti-usa.com.
All right, back to us again with Carnival. You had a big meeting with Carnival this week. You want to? Oh, by the way, guys, listen, we're going to fix that glitch, and we'll bring the second half next week because Lucy has so much to say.
Yeah, we apologize.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are having training. It's going on some training with Carnival crew members. Actually, crew members that would like to work with Carnival, we are selecting them, we're screening them, and then we are training them before we present them to Carnival. They stage for final interviews now. We have 4 different stages, 4 different steps that they have to go through it, and we are, breaking those things down in order to
doing
make
big
easier.
Zoom meetings, right?
Yeah, we had a 2-hour session yesterday and 1 hour and a half session a day before. So next week we have some more training with other candidates because we want to make sure they have understanding about final interviews. This is something that the advantage you work with a cruise line or with agents, because the agents understand the obstacle that you guys are going to face, and we can prepare you properly so when you go to your interview you understand the meaning of question, you understand what they're looking for, versus you just trying to apply things by yourself and you have no clue about what's coming.
Because you're leaving your country. It's a big decision to
also,
go around the world.
Usually candidates, they are really good on the position itself, like cooking, cleaning, preparing drinks, but they're not good in talking to people in a way that they have to deliver knowledge, like doing tests and things like that. When someone challenges you, you can even take this as a research online. If you go online and then you research how many people succeed in interviews overall worldwide, it's not that much, because people, they are not prepared for that. People are prepared to have a normal conversation, but when something is really important is in the game, you might feel like, oh my God, this is bringing me anxiety, and then you feel so much nervous. And we are preparing them for those things,
Okay. One of the things I noticed also, and again, as I say, we'll get this back. Lucy's interview, she said about how to prepare, how people should dress, how they should talk, how they should really be concerned about what's happening when they go do that interview. I know we've spoken to this many times on our show, saying, guys, prepare yourself as though you're sitting in front of someone. That's really important. You know, we've seen people who go do our Go video, and the next thing you know, they're laying on their bed or they're walking down the street, these kind of things. This is not the way to prepare. And Lucy has some great suggestions.
Yeah. I think most of them, is not everybody. Some people, you talk to them or explain to them, they don't get because they don't have respect for themselves. But of course, those people we remove from our, from our family. But most people, they just need guidance and coach. Some of them, they don't know how to put a nice resume together. They don't understand how important it is to have a professional resume well written.
You only get one chance, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you only get
once
one
you do
chance.
that, once you pass everything, and you've spent many years with your profession, and then you go and you can blow it in 2 minutes.
Some people also, they believe because it's online interview, they can show up anytime, they can show up from anywhere, they can, like, for example, we are just talking about finding recruiters. Oh, flexible. Nothing is if everything you have to do, you have to create a certain routine in order to succeed. Even if it looks like you have freedom, like, oh, you're gonna work from home. When I was working from home during the quarantine, every morning I have to wake up, take a shower, put my suit, and feel like I'm at the office. Because if I'm just hanging out with, like, okay, my shorts here, my t-shirt, so you start to your mind feels like, oh, you in vacation, just relax, just sit at the couch, pick up your computer, sit here, and then all of a sudden you see yourself like, just, okay, let me watch this, and then I do some work, let me watch this, and I do some emails.
It's a mindset, right?
So
it's a proper mindset.
Because the mind is already prepared to act in a certain ways, it depends the stimulus that you give.
Right.
And if you're not putting the right clothes, your brain gonna say, oh, this is not important. So that's why if you're going to take a call, you're going to take an interview, so dress professionally, put your best clothes. If you're a culinary, so use your jacket, use your cap. So trying to do the same way as you have someone right in front of you. And mostly now, because everything is recorded, people can go back and say, you know what, I'm not quite sure about, let me watch again.
Right.
And then they watch again, they see that you don't care. And mostly for these guys, they apply to work with Carnival, right, Royal, and all these first companies like to take off their career. They are beginners, and they're not bringing much experience to the table. They have a potential because they're young, and the cruise line are going to develop them. But what they have to bring is a desire, passion, care. I search about you. I want you. I can see myself there. So those things have to match.
You have to sell yourself.
Yeah,
right?
you have to. But when you sell yourself, your words have to match with your body language. So if you are saying something just because you read on a Google or because someone told you, but it doesn't represent with your body,
and that's for the entry-level crew. Where, we know we have many other crews as well that they're professionals. They've been in the business for a long time, but they've not had to video interview before. Yeah. They were able to sit down in front of a recruiter, and there you show your personality. And we've been to many recruiting sessions where they all come dressed up. They look really, really nice. But this new way of video recording, video resume is brand new, and people really don't know how to handle it. It doesn't matter if you're, and I've seen this from chief officers, chief engineers, from hotel managers, from food and beverage managers who think, I've worked here for many years, I got this, right? The confidence level comes through, but still the body language says a lot.
Yeah, the body language helps when you have someone in front of you, because as I start to talk to you, your body starts to respond to me even without you say any word. So your eyes is confirming my words. Your body language is saying, oh, I like what you're saying, just because you're shaking your head. So those things is giving me a sign, so I continue going. But once you start to talk with a computer, there's nobody the other side, you have to be quite confident about what you're saying.
Absolutely.
And believe that what you're saying is what
and that's
exactly
what you're training the guys, right? You're training a lot of the entry-level people.
Sometimes they might ask you a question with a subject, like they create a subject, and then they have the question. So the subject is just to give you understanding about, but if you don't know how to interpret that question, so you might answer something else.
Give me a sample question, and how would you answer it? So I think one of our questions, I'll do this. I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
So tell me about yourself.
Okay, so tell me about yourself. That is a very common question. This is gonna find anywhere. And I was talking to the guys yesterday about the meaning of this question. So tell me about yourself is equal. Tell me what about your experiences, what you bring into the table, because at this environment you are applying to a job. So if I was at the bar, if I was in the restaurant and I meet you like just for a conversation, and if you tell me about yourself, now the same question has a different meaning because we're in a different environment for a different purpose. So I'm in a bar, I'm in a restaurant, and you'll say, hey, tell me about yourself. So now I'm gonna talk, I like to play soccer, I like to read books, I have children, or I'm single, I'm married, so because I'm in a bar. But if you ask me, tell me about yourself on a work interview, you want to know about my skills, about my experiences.
Absolutely.
You know, because
why are you here?
Yeah, that's related. So, but people, they don't know to understand the meaning. They go exactly what the word says. Tell me about yourself. Okay, I can talk everything about me. So, doesn't mean that no one is going to cut you. Let's say if you're going to face interview, and you start to talk about how many dogs you have, nobody's gonna cut you because they want to see how your mind works. But understand, those information is not adding any value to your interview.
So really what they're saying when they say, tell me about yourself, tell me about your work history.
Yeah.
And really, why are you here?
Yeah,
right?
For example, the nice way to answer is to give an overview about what's coming. For example, tell me about yourself. I'm going to give you an overview about me, and then you are going to say, oh, that's interesting, let's talk more about it.
Right.
So I'm going to give you a little piece about who am I and who I am, and then you are going to decide, okay, I want to talk more with this person. For example, if I say, oh, I'm Eduardo Ferraz, I was born in Brazil, but I live in USA. So for the last 4 years, I've been working for recruiting, and I'm very passionate about it. The reason that I came here today is because I want to apply for this position. Because those 4 years gave me enough experience, and now I have ambition to become this. So I'm very glad to be here, and so that's it. Is what I mentioned who I am, where I came from. So what I have done for the past years' experience on this industry that I'm going to apply. Before I used to be a soccer player, but at this moment it doesn't matter. I talk about soccer player.
You know,
because what it matters is about hospitality.
And I've seen people answer that question, and they would say, tell me about yourself. Well, my name is Robert, but you can call me Bob. I live in so-and-so, and this is what I do. I mean, that is, honestly, it's boring, right? Yeah. So you can say, yeah, my name is Robert, you can call me Bob, but you know, my passion about being here is this, correct? I mean, you want to relate it with why you're there.
Yeah, you have to understand. First, we always mention about job description. Why? Because if you know the position that person is looking for, the whole conversation have to be towards that direction. So I could easily talk to you about my leadership as an athlete, blah, 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 but at this moment it doesn't matter. People want to know my last 4 years experience in hospitality as a recruiter, as a head of recruiter. So that's what it matters for them. So as I give overview about for the past 4 years I'm working with recruitment. They are going to say, okay, I'm interested to know about this because this is related what I'm looking for.
Exactly. The position and everything else.
And people, they talk about saying, oh, I went to the college. Okay, guys, it's part of, but that's not what is important here, because you're not getting this job because you just finished your hospitality college or degree. You're getting this job because maybe you're working in a 4-star hotel, 5-star hotel. You're working somewhere. You got some solid experience.
Or you may have previous cruise ship experience. Yeah. But again, it's all about selling yourself, right?
But that is the point, because some people, they get lost because they don't know what to say. They believe, I can say that I came from this college. I'm sorry, let's put it this way, who cares which college you came from?
Of course.
You know, unless if you have like 4 years degree, something like it's not a course, like a 4 years degree. So it's not relevant to say.
And it's very good to what we call name drop, right? I mean, if you came from the Grand Hyatt or the Four Seasons,
then you have to mention
you were there for a period of time. You don't say I was a waiter for 2 years. Well, where were you a waiter? So, and what kind of environment was that place?
When I'm training them, I always like to relate with something that everybody does. For example, you go out to date, right? So they are young, they go out to date to meet girls, and the girls go to meet guys. This is normal, right? They get to know each other, and that's exactly exactly the same situation. When you go out to meet a girl, what do you ask her in the first place? Oh, tell me a little bit about you. That's exactly the same. Why? Because before you go anywhere, you have to know who you're talking to. And there, when you're there on that bar or that park or the shopping mall, you have a goal. What's your goal? Maybe it's to take her to dinner. Maybe it's to take her to a trip. Maybe it's to invite her to your house. Maybe whatever. You have a goal.
Sure.
So, and what you're going to do, all that conversation, you're going to move towards that goal that you have. So exactly the same thing. When the hiring manager go talk to you, he has a goal to put you to work in a certain location on board. That's why you have to read the job description.
So know what you're applying
because
for.
your instincts have to be towards that direction. Now you're gonna nail the interview because you're not gonna, I have 3 dogs and my dog cow poo-poo, whatever. Nobody's going to interrupt you because they know you're a beginner. But understand that words, it doesn't add any.
But for those who
to
are
your,
not beginners, and we do have many who are not beginners, who are professional, have been in the industry for many years.
But then we expect more from them.
Of course, they should be reading the job description and say, the reason I'm here, I have seen on your job description, whatever it is, I'm a great sous chef, and I'm qualified for that position.
Yeah.
A little confidence and say, here's what I've done in the past, and that way they're going to say, oh, now you've read the job description, you understand what we're looking for. For those who just joined us, by the way, you may have been expecting to see Lucy. Just so you know, live TV can all many times be tricky. So we lost the audio and video there, but we're going to be bringing her back next week. We apologize to Lucy, but we will bring her back.
We show like almost 30 minutes or more, right, of the show.
But we have some more. She's
so, but just as a matter of fact here, 95% of the people, they don't read the job description. I can even go farther, like maybe 98%.
Really?
They don't read the job description. And if they read the job description, they already read with the mindset, oh, I already have done this job, work in a certain location, I already know everything about this job. But the thing is, working as a server at Marriott, it's not working as a server as a Four Seasons. Even if you have to handle complaints, taking order and learning menus, but the flow is different. You know, who you're going to report, how many times you're going to be trained. It's like the system that you're going to use is different.
Right.
So that's the reason why we have to read the job description, is because that's exactly what you're going to be doing. So, and then when you mention to the hiring manager that you read the job description, point a couple of items of the job description. Because when you say, I already read, okay, what did you read? Give me some, okay, and those things that you ask there, for example, this and this is something that I have done on my previous job.
And
so
how does that relate to your applying?
As more you can relate, you look like the job.
Of course.
And there is no reason for someone to reject you. This is like, this is not about, preparation is everything, but if you really know how to prepare yourself, and you have what it takes, for example, you have the requirements, you have the skills, of course, there is no reason for someone is going to reject you to get the job.
Right.
Because if you know how to explain, now you are convincing that person that you're the right fit. And just so most people understand, it's also the hiring manager responsibility to bring someone capable forward. Let's say if you believe that he's going to feel sorry for you because you say, oh, I need to take care of my mother, I want to make my family feel proud of me, and then he might take you and then move you forward because he felt sorry for you. Now another person is going to check your application, and because everything is recorded, another person is going to see the video and say, why did you bring this guy here? Oh, because on the fourth question, he said that he want to help. No. Look, did you see the whole thing?
Only if you're qualified can you get a job.
Unfortunately,
we love our families. We want to support them, and whether we have sons and daughters or whatever, but that will not get you a job.
Yeah, it's not going to get you a job.
No one's going to say, oh, I'm sorry, he needs to get the money, so let's get him a job. That doesn't work. As we move on, and if you're here new at CTI, take a few moments to subscribe. What we do on our channel is we work for many, many cruise lines. We have truly thousands of positions available. And again, here's a position we're looking for. I will say many cruise lines, I don't want to say in desperation, but the need is very high. This one is from Holland America. All right, we're back. Holland America Line, we have many positions available. Sous chefs, pastry, bakery, all of those positions. And of course, there was medical staff. And again, whether it be Virgin Voyages, Holland America Line, Carnival Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages. Did I say Virgin Voyages already? Okay. I think so. I've got Lucy on the brain and Virgin Voyages. Yeah. Excuse me.
Region, Oceania, Cunard, P&O. Now maybe Costa.
Many more, right? You know, what is it to work on a Carnival ship, right? You know, Carnival, everybody, as Lucy said, everybody has a brand. And if you want to work on a Carnival ship, there is truly a fun environment. It's a lot of kids. It's a growing, fast-growing company. And lots of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Little cough there this morning. Got my morning
That's what life is
Starbucks.
about.
There you go. I think that we have a video here, guys. If you're really interested in working on Carnival, take a few moments and watch this video. Let's go, Harold.
Hello and welcome back to CTI Group's YouTube channel. So, you've made up your mind and have decided, it's time to set out and work on board a cruise ship, but you have no idea which cruise line you want to work for. Well, don't worry, because we're here to help. This series will tell you what you can expect working on various cruise lines. In this video, we proudly present Carnival Cruise Line and the reasons why you would want to become one of their many employees, who they call team members. At Carnival, they believe fun is a choice. So, will you choose fun? Carnival Cruise Line is part of one of the largest leisure travel companies, with the overall Carnival Corporation having an impressive 150,000 employees worldwide. Carnival Cruise Line itself has around 40,000 of those employees who are proud to be a part of the Carnival team. Founded in 1972, the cruise line began with a single ship known as the Mardi Gras, whose name will live on in their newest ship that is set to sail in 2021. In total, the cruise line will soon have 25 ships operating in their fleet. Carnival Cruise Line's current president, Christine Duffy, is an excellent leader who truly cares for the entire Carnival team. She is always sure to operate with a people-first attitude and lead the cruise line with pride. If you are thinking to become a team member of Carnival, then know that you will be in good hands. As mentioned before, Carnival is all about fun. You can expect to find yourself in a high-energy, fast-paced environment on board any of their ships. The cruise line prides itself on providing guests with entertaining experiences at sea. With the many different features and attractions on board, there's never a dull moment. Those features are what give Carnival Cruises their fun-filled reputation. From water parks for guests to ride thrilling water slides to the sky courses where guests can complete obstacles in the air, there's always something going on. And now, Carnival is even coming out with the first ever roller coaster at sea known as the Bolt. Who wouldn't want to be a part of such an incredible fleet? In being a member of the Carnival team, you will be expected to uphold this lively atmosphere as well as the many Carnival values. These values include: warmly welcome our guests and team members to our home, making them feel like part of the Carnival family. Engage them by being friendly, smiling, and using their name. Show care and respect for each other, our ships, and the places we visit. Ensure a safe, reliable, and secure operation. Anticipate their needs, respond rapidly, and own their issue until it is resolved. Live and share a positive attitude. Show pride in our jobs and in our company. At the top of these values is how you will interact with guests. Making a guest feel welcome and handling their every need is what Carnival asks for. You should be engaging, approachable, and respectful in all guest interactions. Positivity travels between people, so it is important that you always have an upbeat attitude while performing your duties. As you apply to become a Carnival team member, you won't just be signing up for a job but, as the cruise line likes to call it, a fun job. However, this doesn't mean that it's all play. There is still hard work and dedication needed to fulfill any position on board. You will have your work cut out for you, as it is possible to have a 70-hour work week on the ship. Just as with every job, you have to give it your all in every aspect of your work. There are many questions you should ask yourself before choosing Carnival. Are you skillful in social settings? Can you create welcoming and exciting experiences for guests? Are you quick to solve problems? Are you capable of adapting to ever-changing environments? Answering these questions with a yes means you may have the opportunity to become a Carnival team member. If travel is the big appeal for you to work on board, then you should familiarize yourself with Carnival itineraries. Numerous vessels sail out of North America, with many destinations being in the Caribbean and some itineraries traveling to Europe, Australia, and the South Pacific. Places such as Jamaica, St. Thomas, Greece, and even New Zealand could be marked off your bucket list. Working on a ship, however, isn't just about the ability to travel the world, it is also about making connections with others. Team members of Carnival Cruise Line support each other. They create another family among themselves as they spend much of their time with one another on board. Fun is not only offered in the form of an energetic environment, but also in the togetherness of everyone involved. So, knowing all that you do now, can you see yourself on one of the several thrilling Carnival ships? Make sure to ask if you embody Carnival's ideals. If the type of environment that we've described in this video is what you're looking for, then great. You found your match. If not, then stay tuned to learn about the many other cruise lines that you could look into for your dream job at sea. Head on over to our website to apply. The link is in the description. We hope that you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and comment on whether or not you are Carnival material, and share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be updated on when we release new content. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
All right, guys, back to us. And if you do want to work for Carnival, where do you go?
To our website, cti-usa.com.
That's it. And we are looking for a lot of deck and engine, I heard in your last meeting, as carpenters.
Assistant carpenters, electrician, plumbers, security office, oilers, able body, ordinary seamen.
And what about food and beverage?
Food and beverage, culinary first, right? And galley stewards, which is galley attendant, females, waiters.
Lots of females.
Lots of females.
Okay.
And for Region 7 Seas, we're looking for all culinaries, pastry, bakery, CDPs, demi-chef de party. So we guys.
And we need, what is that super sushi chef?
Sushi chef.
Right.
Chef de cuisine.
Chef de cuisine. Yes. We have a bunch of positions open for there. And a $6,000 signing bonus.
Ooh,
maybe we should go make sushi for a little while.
$6,000 signing bonus.
Can you imagine? Mm-hmm.
Well,
and free airline tickets.
$6,000 salary. $6,000 salary, Rob.
Is it
signing bonuses for Holland America doctors?
I'll have to check and be sure. But go to our website because the video is there. The video is there.
Okay, then I'm going to sign right now.
I'm going to go learn how to make sushi really quick.
Last week I was preparing some sushi at home so I can apply for the $6.
At least for 1 week.
Okay, guys. So behind here we have our partner, very strong partner in Indonesia, OTC Bali College. Has placed thousands of people. And by the way, one of the students from OTC, that's a good story to tell here. She graduated with OTC right in the middle of the pandemic. And then before the pandemic, like it became too crazy, she went to Taiwan and she was working there in a 5-star hotel for almost 7 months. She came back and then she started to help them train all the students, English, blah, blah, blah. Now she got a job with Virgin as a quick service attendant.
There you go.
You know?
There you go. It's all in the desire,
This is only one of the testimony, but they have many. They have many people from OTC that is already with Virgin, with Carnival, with Region. So if you want to apply to work on a cruise line and you have no hospital experience, go to the OTC website, right? OTCBaliCollege.com, and you guys can register, learn, get experience. The good thing about it is because it's not only get the knowledge. After you get the knowledge, you have to know how to use. And that's when OTC is stand out because they send people to Maldives, they send people to Taiwan, they send people to Dubai.
For other training.
And what forces you improve your English and your personality. When you come back to Bali, you are bolder. And now Virgin wants you, Region Carnival wants you. become easy to get
Nice,
approved.
nice.
Really good story here for this lady.
You know, for everybody in the chat, we also want to thank you for commenting in the chat, giving us a thumbs up, right? Subscribing to our channel. We really, really appreciate that. And again, one more time, my apologies to Lucy. And I can't say enough how much we appreciate her being here. We'll bring part 2 next week. And you guys, listen, have a great week. Enjoy yourself. Love someone. Give somebody a hug.
And next week, we're going to present the part 2. And afterwards, we're going to present the full show. You guys going to have the full show available.
There you
Lucy,
go.
available
There you
on
go.
our page.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be blessed. We will talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.